Today I want to talk to you about our figurative language choice board project. So today should be Wednesday, and you guys have technically until Tuesday to have the whole thing finished. However, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of scaffold that a little bit. So by tomorrow, which is Thursday morning, we want 4 points taken care of. By Friday, we want another 4 points taken care of. And then that way, you've got some time over the weekend to work on the rest of it. Now, by points, you're like, Miss Anders, what are you talking about? All right, so I shall explain. So we've got a little bit of a choice for you guys as far as what you're going to put down for your project. This is just to prove to us that you learned a little bit about figurative language over the last 2 weeks. So it says choose items from the menu to complete your choice board. Each item has an assigned number of points. Your project must contain 14 points. So you'll notice here we've got similes is 2 points. All right, metaphors is 3, hyperboles is 2, idioms is 4. They all have a different number based on how much work goes with each one. Now, you have to add up to at least a certain amount per day. So by tomorrow, you're supposed to have 2 or 4 points done. So you could do either idioms, or you could do hyperboles and metaphors, or hyperboles and similes. And then the following day, you're going to have to either do idioms again, not again, but if you haven't done idioms yet, you could do that one, plus another couple to come up with 4 more. All right, so our goal is to kind of help you move along here a little bit. All right, so that being said, what are we supposed to do, Miss Sanders? So let's dive into this first one. It says similes is worth 2 points. It says write 3 new similes and identify the 2 things being compared. Include an image for each. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to the first empty one. I'm going to put similes at the top. And I'm going to put how many points it's worth, so I know for myself. And then it says that I have to come up with 2 similes. Nope, 3 new similes. So I might do 1, 2, 3. You have to come up with the simile, so you're going to write whatever the simile is as a, because simile has like or as in it, whatever else. So she was as green as a frog is a simile, right? You're not using that one though. Anyway, you write your simile. Then it says that you have to identify the 2 things being compared. So if I was writing, I'm just going to use that example. Lucy was as green as a frog. Frog. Okay. So the 2 things that we're comparing is Lucy. So I might underline it because I have to show that I'm comparing Lucy and the frog. All right, then what else does it say? It says include an image for each. So then I'm going to have to insert an image. So I go over here, insert image, and then I can do search the web, and that'll pop up over here, and you just type in like, it's already on Google Images, so you might want to do like frog. So then you can click on that one, click insert. Holy moly, that's a big frog, and then you make it a little bit smaller. Okay, that's how you insert a picture. So I just did everything that it told me to do, but you're supposed to do it 3 times. And that's the one that we're doing for similes. Okay, so that being said, let's say the next time you want to do personification. It says write a short story about someone visiting a haunted house. Use 3 or more examples of personification. You have to have 3 or more examples. So again, personification is giving an object that's not a human-like qualities. So the door spoke like an old man or something. I don't know. But you're supposed to give it person-like qualities. A door can't speak. It says include your title and underline your example. So make sure you're underlining what you're considering personification is. Okay, and you have to use 3 or more. 3 or more. All right. So you're going to go to the next slide. You're going to say you're choosing the personification and how many points that one is worth. That one is worth 3. And you're going to follow the directions for that one. Now, if you want to decorate your slides, like give them a background or more pictures, that's fine too. Change the font. We're okay with that. We need to be able to read the font. You still need to be able to follow the directions. We don't want anything too big, too small. Make it look nice. I want you to make it look nice because design is part of how we're going to grade you. So the layouts have to be nice. It has to be neat. You have to show that there's effort there. And the format, meaning does it make sense how you've set it up? And does it follow the directions? You're getting points for that, so make it look pretty. All right. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about. So those are the little projects. There is one bigger project, and you can choose to do that. If you choose to do the bigger project, you can't really do like 4 points per day, but I would say you have to have your introduction done the first day. You have to have your first body paragraph or your first, like, it's a story, so it's not an introduction, but like your first couple paragraphs the first day, your second couple paragraphs the second. We need to see that you're progressing through. If your teacher has decided that you're not making enough progress with this, they will say something to you and you will have points off because it's something that you guys, I want you to build on over the next week, not rush through on Monday night because that's when you decided to get it done. So we're going to be looking, if you do choose that one, which that one's a little bit harder, that you're not just starting on Monday night. It says, so again, we're going to go over the figurative language story. You may choose to do this one and only this one if you want to. Write an entire narrative, so an entire story, beginning, middle, end, with characters, plot, dialogue, everything we learned about a narrative at the beginning of the year, using each kind of figurative language. So you have to use an idiom, and hyperbole, a metaphor, a simile, an alliteration, personification, and onomatopoeia. You must underline each type of figurative language you use, and it must be used correctly. Okay, so again, this is something you may choose to do. You would do the same thing over here. So instead, you would write title, Lucy goes to the circus. You would write who it's by. By Miss Sanders. And then you would start typing it. So indent for your first one. This is going to be your first paragraph. Blah, 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 whatever you're writing. Again, I'm writing wonderful sentences. Okay, it has to have good characters, good dialogue. It has to have a beginning, a middle, an end. Okay, so then you're going to indent again. Let's say you run out of room. So down here, you run out of room and you can't write anymore, right? That needs to be capitalized. That's going to drive me nuts. You go down to the next slide. You just delete the top one, the title part, and you can just keep typing and we'll follow it in your slides over here, okay? All right, I do want to go over real quick your choice board rubric. You're going to be graded on if you're using the figurative language correctly and if it makes sense in the context you're writing it in. So if you're talking about, let's say you're supposed to write a short story about visiting a haunted house and you're writing a personification about the ocean, those don't go together. So I want you to make sure your things are making sense and that you're using this figurative language correctly. Blech. All right, design. It has to be neat. The format has to be nice. There's got to be effort, and the layout has to make sense. That's worth 30 points. Your language and conventions, your spelling, your punctuation, and your grammar is all looked over. You read it a couple times. You know it makes sense. Your periods are at end of sentences. You've got capitals at beginning of sentences. You've got a capital I when you refer to yourself and you're in first person or all the time. Make sure the things that you know how to do are fixed, please. So that's 10 points. And then you have to have your 14 points or more, and you get an automatic 10 points. If you get some wrong up here, like your figurative language, instead of onomatopoeia, you accidentally did hyperbole. If you tried and you said that that's what it was, I'm still going to give you the 14 points or the 10 points because you were attempting to do it. But if I just see that you've only done 2 of these, you're not going to get the full points because you're supposed to get up to 14 points to get the points possible for your grade. And it's out of 100 points. All right, I hope I explained that well enough. Again, on Monday, your first 4, no, not on Monday. Oh boy. Thursday, your first 4 are due, and then Friday, your next 4 points are due, and then from there, the following Tuesday, you have to finish it off with 10 points, okay? Okay. Ask your teacher if you have any questions. I'm sorry, I was trying to talk really, really fast, and it was still 10 minutes and 50 seconds long. Okay, goodbye, boys and girls.